People want to deal with people for expensive products. $5, $10, $50, no one cares. Thousands of dollars, people really want to deal with humans. Doesn't mean it won't change in the future. That's just where it's at now.
One of my lesser angels in my shoulder tells me, that we're not, a lot of us aren't that special. They're not Neil Patel with, 475,000 followers on X. There are a lot of people out there who are kind of mediocre at their job, and corporations are going to be easily convinced that they can be replaced by a digital replica.
Go look at Klarna. Klarna tried doing this with their customer success. I believe they reversed course and they made a public announcement about it, right? This was a while ago. I'll give you a real example that I think is what's going to happen with sales and marketing in the future with AI. So there's this company that's based out of New York that helps do video editing and video ads for corporations. They use AI to do research and create lists on who they should target. They use humans to really understand the company in combination with AI and review everything. They use AI to create tons of samples of videos that company can use for their advertising. They have humans help with the strategy and review the work. The humans then email the person. AI is involved in the process, as you know already. And AI gives them the videos. And they're like, here's some 5 videos that you can end up using. This company now does 7 figures a year. And it's all through outbound. And it's a combination of humans and AI. We think that's the winner. AI makes your sales reps and SDRs or BDRs or whatever you want to call them more efficient. We don't think the solution is just using pure AI. We don't think the solution is just using pure humans. We think it's going to vary company by company, but there's some middle ground where you use both and you get better results. That's what we're seeing wins today.
I agree. I think that does win today. My concern is that the upside for these organizations, there's just been so much, as you know, been so much invested in this next generation of AI solution. I would say the agentic wave that hasn't really hit yet. That the total addressable market for those companies is people hours. That they will be built very specifically to take out large swaths of high cost humans.
Yes.
And that it's inevitable that it will get better. And
yes, and it'll happen. But what I think is we're going to see, if you're asking, do I see a reduction in workforce? The answer is yes, in the long run, right? When is that? I don't know. I agree with you. I think the work pyramid is going to be flipped upside down, though. I don't see elimination of all humans, but I do see the pyramid being reversed, in which right now you have a point at the top and a big base. Think of your A players at the top, your B players, C players, and then you have more D and F players, and hopefully there's not tons of F and D players. But that's the reality of most organizations. I think A is going to replace a lot of the D and F players, and they won't exist, sadly. But that's the reality. And I say sadly because for the human race, I think that's going to cause some other problems that we can save for another day. But I think that A players are going to be even more valuable because what we found is when you give an A player AI, they become more efficient and they do way more. When we give C and D players AI, they try to figure out how to get the AI to do the work and do less and just vacation more, travel more. We see those people being replaced all day long. And what we find is we find a new world in which A players are going to be more valuable. Corporations are going to try to get more A players, B players, and you're going to have a lot less other people within an organization. So companies are going to be smaller, but the people you do have are much higher caliber. That's what we see the future as.
And so how are your people using AI right now to be those A players and B players? How are they using AI right now to be more efficient? I mean, obviously it has a value and there is some benefit to it. But what is the kind of best way to use it right now?
So I think it varies company to company, but I'll give you an example that we did recently. So we work with a lot of franchises. Every franchise, whether it's in the US or Canada or throughout the world, because some franchises like Domino's and stuff that we work with are global, right? They have multiple locations. And what we found is they're all looking for different things and different solutions. So our team started using up Claude to help customize the reporting, the solutions, the views, the workflows that we're doing for each franchise to make it more efficient on our team. So that way we can spend our man hours more on the stuff that's going to produce results versus the mundane reporting and adjusting different flows for each franchise. Because that would have cost us in the past $100,000-$200,000 to do. And now we use AI and it probably costs us less than $2,000. I'm being conservative. It probably costs less than $1,000, but let's say
Right.
max. Okay. And that allowed us to spend our hours on more so producing the results versus adjusting the reporting that the customer wanted. Same with like keyword research or doing research on the cities that these franchises are looking to expand into. We're using a ton of AI to gather data and then having humans sift through it to help paint a better picture on what's going to work from a marketing perspective. Because marketing, at least for franchises, is really foot traffic for local businesses. If you're going to a city which doesn't have tons of freeway connections, it's hard to get to, there's tons of traffic. And in the area you are, there's not enough local foot traffic, there's not that much demand for the product, you're probably going to fail. So we're using all this research stuff to help inform where people should expand to and what's going to be easier to market to versus just doing a lot of this manually. It's cheaper for the client. It's faster for us. We're able to spend more time on things that drive ROI, like digital PR, which helps them get mentioned more by the LLMs. And the companies who are paying us aren't saying, Neil or NP Digital, we're looking for you to cut costs and do this cheaper. They're saying, we want you to do it all within this budget, but we want more results within that budget.